It's just heartbreaking. You know, we get phone calls, the crosses are down again, the crosses are down again.
The families of 3 people killed in a crash say they're tired of someone vandalizing a roadside memorial. How they say they caught the person responsible.
A man who admitted killing his girlfriend and leaving her body in a sinkhole was sentenced today. What the victim's family said about his punishment.
A Madison County church needs help making repairs to their church after flooding damage. We'll tell you how you can help out.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. It's a tribute to 3 people who died in a crash a year ago. But some Nicholas County families say someone keeps vandalizing the roadside memorial they set up.
They became so fed up, they came up with a way to find out who was responsible. But when they caught them, what did the person accused of vandalizing the memorial have to say? Victor Puente has our top story at 6.
Every time before, they was thrown over in the ravine, and we would crawl down there and get them.
And it breaks your heart because people call you and say, the crosses are gone.
For the families of Aaron Capps, Whitney Morris, and Kyla Hare, it's been 10 months of fighting to keep their roadside memorial in place.
We put them up, they come up, back down. Put them up, came back down. They've been thrown over in the ravine every time up until the last time.
The 3 died in a crash July 19th. A few days later, their families put 3 crosses on US 68. A few days after that, someone vandalized the memorial.
You would never understand someone else's pain, what they're going through, how they would react, and we're all changed people.
Tired of the added hurt, the families put a camera on those crosses and caught this image of a man pulling one of them out of the ground. They tracked him to his job in Paris, and Kyla's stepdad confronted him. He says the man didn't offer an explanation at first, but later called to apologize.
He said he had a family member killed out here, and it just reminded him of that, and he just didn't like them there.
We called the man, and he said he was sorry, but didn't want to be on camera. Since he's not currently facing any charges, we aren't identifying him. That man told me this was the first time he'd removed those crosses. He says someone else had been throwing them down the hill the past few months. Aaron Capps' mother says even if that is the case, she's holding him responsible for all the hurt this has caused.
And whether he was the unlucky one who got caught or not, to me, I blame him for all of them.
Really, we kind of assumed that it may have been someone of a younger community, definitely not someone of his age.
He has called me since and apologized, and to the whole family. I just told him to show his face. If he really wanted to apologize to everybody.
In Nicholas County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The Nicholas County attorney said the man also contacted her and the sheriff. She will be meeting with the families and the sheriff tomorrow to discuss the case, but doesn't anticipate any criminal charges at this time.
Today, a Pulaski County man learned how long he'll spend in prison for beating his girlfriend to death and leaving her body in a sinkhole. Johny Hendricks pled guilty to murder and evidence tampering for killing Monica Wells last year. Police say that Wells' 8-year-old son saw some of what happened. But as Phil Pendleton tells us, her mother doesn't think the punishment fits the crime.
Prosecutors say the death penalty would not have been on the table had a jury considered Johny Hendricks' punishment for killing his girlfriend, Monica Wells.
They took my daughter, his mother.
Yet Wells' mother, Brenda Helton, approached the judge, telling him she wished capital punishment was possible. The judge followed the prosecutor's recommendation of 25 years in prison.
The way you were wondering, this is the day that I ordered a judge.
Hendricks beat and then killed Wells in October 2014 at their home on Providence Road near Mount Victory. Police say he tried to hide her body in a sinkhole. Hendricks was arrested at a relative's home in another county. He's pled guilty to the charges.
He wanted to be in control. She wasn't allowed to cut her hair. She wasn't allowed to wear shorts.
Helton says Wells was beaten before and they asked her to leave him for good. She says this case sends a strong message about abusive relationships.
Get out. Leave. Don't stay no matter what they promise you.
Helton says Wells' 8-year-old son is now in counseling because of the abuse he witnessed his mother receive. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And prosecutors say had a jury found Hendricks guilty, they could have sentenced him to a maximum of life with parole after 20 years.
The family of a murdered Knox County man is now suing 5 people charged in connection to the case. Donald Mills' family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Patrick Baker, Elijah Messer, Angela Mills, Stephanie Smith, and Christopher Wagner. Police say Donald Mills was killed during a home invasion last year. His family says the lawsuit is just another way for them to seek justice against the suspects.
I don't care if they do give them the death penalty. That would just be my joy.
It seeks compensation for pain and suffering that followed the murder. The family also wants reimbursements for medical and funeral expenses.
New tonight, the Madison County EMA director has resigned after investigators say hundreds of thousands of dollars went missing on his watch. Carl Richards has been suspended indefinitely, but today the Madison County Fiscal Court said Richards resigned effective immediately. Investigators say an employee who worked under him, former CSEP bookkeeper Tamara Phelps, stole $340,000 in government money over a 9-year period. Phelps has been charged with theft and forgery. The fiscal court said the investigation is ongoing, but so far Phelps is the only county employee linked to the theft. Also in Madison County, police are trying to find a boat stolen from a business. Managers of Johny Auto and Boats in Richmond say overnight the thieves cut open a fence to get to the business. They say the thieves then towed a 2008 Lowe's Stinger boat through the hole in the fence. They tell us the boat is worth nearly $13,000.
It's pretty devastating for a small business like ours to take, a financial hit like that.
The business owners say they'll put up more poles in the fence so a boat won't be able to fit through it again. Managers have also given police surveillance video, hoping it leads to some clues, but so far police have not made any arrests.
We are getting closer to Memorial Day weekend, but it doesn't feel like May outside with temperatures much cooler than normal. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at your forecast.
We've had a lot of low clouds, some drizzle, some showers out there on and off all day, Amber, and those temperatures running better than 20 degrees colder than what we should be seeing for this time of year. But I'm looking toward that western horizon in Lexington, and look at what I'm beginning to see. A distant ray of sunshine trying to fight its way through the clouds. You can actually see some of those rays showing up, and I think we're going to see more of that before the sun calls it quits for the day. So Lexington, Bluegrass region, north and west, we got a shot at seeing a few rays of sun before everything winds down for the day. 55 still out at Bluegrass Airport, so the colder weather continues. 56 now into Frankfort, Louisville, just now cracking 60 because of some of that sunshine and starting to see some of the clouds that are beginning to break now to the north and west of Lexington. All of that driving its way toward the south and southeast where the clouds are thicker. How about 51 into Jackson, 52 Mount Sterling and into Richmond. So that cooler, drier northwesterly wind flow beginning now to pull on into town. It's across the Ohio River counties, parts of northern Kentucky. That's the air we're going to see settling in as the evening wears on. So some breaks in the clouds will begin to show up as temperatures drop into the upper 40s. That'll set the stage for a very chilly overnight. But when I come back in about 10 minutes, we're going to focus on a forecast that takes you through your Memorial Day, show you how temperatures warm and how we may, guys, face a few storm issues. That's in less than 10 minutes from now.
Chris, thank you. More than a month after heavy rain flooded parts of a Madison County church, its members are still trying to make repairs.
The damage will cost thousands of dollars to fix, so now the congregation has come up with a way to raise some of that money. Sam Smith explains how, new at 6.
The church is still feeling the effects of the flooding back in April, and they could use your help to make the repairs they need. The plan is for members of Red House United Methodist Church off of Red House Road to put some of their unused items out for sale. Flooding in April caused $14,000 worth of damage here.
The people who have lived here 50 years say it was the worst they have seen.
At its worst, there was 3 feet of water in the fellowship hall and 9 feet of water in the parsonage. Carpet and plumbing needed to be replaced. The furnace and an air conditioning unit were destroyed and need to be replaced.
So we've had a lot of expensive items we've had to deal with.
In the weeks following the flooding, members and non-members of the church have volunteered their time and money to help repair the damage. But because the church doesn't qualify for any FEMA low-interest loans, members hope their yard sale will provide them with what they need.
We're grateful and we hope people will come out for the yard sale.
The The yard sale is set from 8 to 2 on Friday and Saturday right here at the church. In Madison County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And church members say the church qualifies as a historic structure. There could be some grant funds available to help pay for those needed repairs. High water caused by heavy rain last month is also still causing problems at Cave Run Lake in eastern Kentucky. As we first told you last night at 6, water levels at the lake are still 15 feet higher than normal. 10 of the lake's 12 boat ramps are still underwater, and some campgrounds and recreational areas around the lake are also underwater. But visitors we talked to today say there's still plenty of things to do at Cave Run Lake.
They're still able to get out in the water. It would be a little bit crowded, but they're still able to enjoy themselves and still gather. There's a lot of places to picnic and everything.
Daniel Boone National Forest leaders say that once the water goes down from flooded areas, it's still going to take weeks to repair all the damage that the flooding caused.
The Republican primary for governor won't be the only race recanvassed next week. The Kentucky Secretary of State's office says Richard Heath, a Republican candidate for Agriculture Commissioner, has requested a recanvass in his race. Vote totals show he's more than 1,400 votes behind Ryan Quarles. The recanvass for that race and the Republican primary for governor will both be held next Thursday morning. And speaking of that governor's race, Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell says he'll support the Republican primary winner no matter who it is. Vote totals show Matt Bevin with an 83-vote lead over James Comer in the Republican primary. Bevin lost to Senator McConnell last year in the Republican primary for Senate, and he refused to endorse him publicly after the race. Bevin did urge, though, Republicans to vote against Democrat Allison Lundergan Grimes in the general election.
We have an update tonight on efforts to save an historic Lexington building near downtown from demolition. The People for the People's group says the Lexington Center Board of Directors has voted to give the People's Bank building on South Broadway a new home in the Rupp Arena district. An exact location has not been determined yet. The group has also been given more time to raise enough money to save that building.
Drivers in Georgetown now have a new road to use while getting around town. Next, how Scott County leaders say it will help traffic.
And then people going to Lexington public pools this summer will have a new way to pay for admission.